quarantine is kind of over right now.
Yeah.
Oh, you know why we didn't do it last week?
Why?
Somebody went back to worky work.
Oh, really?
Somebody went back to their jobby
Yeah,
job.
it's been an interesting 2 weeks.
Okay. Yeah, so
I mean, wait, hold on a second. How more interesting can it be than the past 3 months? Say, yeah, it's been an interesting 2 weeks. Yeah.
as
What about
opposed to the 3 months.
yeah, as opposed to the 3 months? Well, technically the 3 months we had our own rule.
Yeah.
So I guess you're just like, yeah, now we're home. Now, we don't have to disinfect as much, just whatever we bring from outside. Now it's like, oh, now you have to follow these guidelines that are part of work, and you have to do this, and you have to do that. And you're just like, that doesn't make any sense. But okay.
You're always looking to make sense.
Well, it's not really that, and it's not me alone. There's a lot of people at work that are just like that. This
Confused.
is just stupid. What if I have to go to the bathroom? You mean to tell me that I have to like do a 100 yard dash so that I can use to go to the bathroom when I can just go right here?
Yeah. So you for social distancing and all that other.
Yeah, I mean,
good
I
stuff.
don't mind the social distancing does not it's not the problem. You got a mark in there. Social distancing is not a problem. I can totally do the social distancing. My thing is like, you know, you're working in a live environment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you're working in a live environment and you're 5 minutes from showtime. I can pee in 2 minutes, right? I can run to the bathroom, pee in let's say 3 minutes, and be back under 3 minutes, and still have time to just be like, yeah, I'm done with my job. All I have to do is just fix something.
With washing your hands?
Yes, with
Okay.
washing my hands.
Cool.
Now we're talking this guideline that they want you to do a hundred yard dash in order to get to the bathroom. No, there's no way. You're never gonna make it.
So
It's
you
like,
have to time
so
out your.
you know how many? Well,
You have
listen.
to time out your bathroom breaks like you're
Yeah,
in elementary school.
I've already broken the rules. I grew tired. That thing lasted maybe 4 hours. I was like, fuck this, no more. I'm done.
4 hours, you're just like, okay, and we're done.
Like, I didn't mind the first time. The first time I was like, oh, okay, so you have to follow this. All right, cool. But then when I got to the other side, I'm like, yeah, so now it's going to have to be like a two-way traffic because the hallway's pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, like a 3-foot hallway or like our hallway in an apartment. No, we're talking about like a 6 to 7 foot hallway, right? You should be allowed to come and go, as long as you keep your distance from people, because it's not the social distancing thing. It's the fact that you're living in a live environment and you have to hurry to get to a certain spot. So it doesn't always make a whole lot of sense. And there are times when like one room is in one direction, and then the room that you have to be is like maybe 20 feet away. So you can't go that way
Sure.
because of the guideline that you have to follow to go all around the building, which it's like a quarter of a mile.
Yeah.
The building literally is well, at least the floor that you work on literally is a quarter of a mile. It's like you're on a track.
So if I walk around 4 times, it's a mile.
It's a mile.
Oh, cool.
A literal mile.
Can I come?
I'm not kidding.
Can I come?
Sure.
Yay. I'm gonna do 4 laps, and I'm be like, I ran a whole mile today, babe. Hee hee hee.
Okay.
Oh,
I wouldn't be surprised if there's some people that are doing that when they probably come in early, like really, really early, and start running a whole mile.
yeah, probably. Oh, babe, I told you don't do that. I don't
What?
do that when we're recording.
Oh, what happened? Anyway, so yeah, we're back.
You're back to work.
We're back. Isn't our so over a week ago? Wait, 3 weeks ago was phase 1. So now this is what, phase 2?
We're in phase 3 now.
Wow, phase 3.
Yeah, like
that.
Wednesday we hit phase 3.
Phase 3, and then we just got right back from
So nail salons are open. So
July
so
4th.
I can go get my
Yeah,
nails
you can
done.
get your nails done, even though you can do them at home. But okay.
I know, but I can get my nails done. I can get my nails
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, okay.
I can get my nails done. I can get my acrylics done. Every time
Wait, your nails done or your acrylics in? Which one is it?
it's both. It's
That
the same
doesn't
thing.
make it doesn't make any sense.
Well, the thing is
Yeah,
that
you
when
get your
I
nails
put
done, you put your
when I
acrylic
put
on.
it on
Uh-huh.
myself,
Right.
it chips off after 2 days. If the lady does it,
Yeah.
if my girl does it, it lasts like a couple of weeks. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I don't
Maybe
know.
either I'm doing it wrong or
I don't
there's a
know.
product that they're using.
I don't know cotton.
Oh, it's gonna be expensive now.
I'm
I
sure
just
it is
realized.
cotton. I'm sure it is cotton. Yeah, and I'm probably gonna have to work double time to get this expensive nail habit of yours.
Speaking of which,
Uh huh.
like I had to send you. Remember, I had to send Angel downstairs because there were two big packages waiting for him.
Uh huh.
And guess who they were from?
They were from your mother-in-law.
From your mommy.
Yeah, they were from my
Your,
mom.
your mommy sent you a
Nothing-
care package.
Nothing
Like
but
it's
coffee.
summer
Yeah.
camp. Yeah.
It was coffee and coffee and coffee and did I say coffee?
Wasn't? Didn't you say there was pistachios?
Yeah, there were some pistachios. There was some cookies too.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me there were cookies.
Oh well, you started making fun.
No,
So,
because I was busy clearing out the
No,
boxes.
you started making fun. You said, "Yeah, your mommy got you care packages like a summer camp."
It is like summer camp. She got you a care package.
Yeah.
Well, if you're a kid in summer camp and your mom sends you a care package and there's nothing but coffee, that would be something you would.
Apparently, there's another one arriving tomorrow.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so because like we can't go up to your mom's, like your mom is just like, I'll just send everything down.
No.
Hmm?
It's best.
What?
It's best to keep it that way at least for a little bit.
Yeah, but then
What?
next thing you know, she will come with the care package.
No, she's not. No, she's not, because I probably won't open the door. I'm like, "Mom, you're gonna have to go back because I can't. I can't
I'm
allow
not
this."
opening this door. Let me in.
Yeah.
And if there's a grandchild, she'll be like, I'm going back.
I'm going back. I'll be in Miami. She'll probably be listening to like. She probably puts on the Golden Girls just for the hell of it, and like the episode that they're singing Miami.
I'm in Miami.
No, I'm in Miami. It's like
Hear the song.
that doesn't work like that.
Listen to the song.
Miami, Miami. Jeez.
Hi.
So what's going on? How you doing?
I
Everything good?
I'm doing great. I'm
Mhm.
just here. Yeah, I've been like working like mad. Sometimes I get very
Like a mad woman.
yeah, like I spend like hours and hours and hours just like fine tuning this book. You know, it's like
Yeah.
because I have like this big idea for it, and it's like I don't want to talk about it. Here's the thing: I got like a whole bunch of dichotomies working. I want to talk about it, but then if I talk about it, I don't want to lose interest in it. Then it's like I'd like people to like read a couple of chapters for feedback, but then I'm like, okay, nobody's reading it, so does that mean nobody's interested or just nobody has time? And or it's
So wait,
like,
nobody's reading it?
I don't know if people are reading because I've given like several chapters out to people, and
I thought you said so and so was reading it.
yeah, they're reading it too. Like I have people reading, but they're not reading it like every day.
I understand, but
Okay, let's put
You
it this way: I've
even though we're quarantined, people still have lives. Like we had lives.
Yeah.
There were things that we couldn't. There were things that we were supposed to do, but we couldn't do it because we were doing other things.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I understand that. I totally respect that. But at least tell me that. To be honest and tell me like you just don't have the time to. Like now it's like
well, not a lot of people are like that. Not a lot of people are
just
open
nice
to
to
say
you.
no or are like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. I got nothing to do, and then next thing you do is just they're lounging about, not doing anything.
yeah, I understand where that's coming from. It's just but you know, it's like and you said you didn't want to read it yet because
I didn't. Well, yeah, I said, oh God.
babe, how are you bored on this podcast?
I'm not
That's
bored.
Why are you yawning?
I'm yawning because I woke up early.
Well,
Anyway, I didn't say. I said that I wanted to read it when you felt that you had something like a rough draft.
yeah.
Right now, you're like, yeah, I got to this part, and now I'm at book two, and you're like, wait, what happened to book one? And you're like, yeah, but I'm on the diaries of like, I'm like
That's
somewhere
what.
in the
That's
middle.
the
It's like, whoa, how did you get to like book three all of a sudden? Hold on a second.
actually book 1.5.
Yeah, well, still,
So
but it's
yeah,
like,
it's the,
it's like I. So how do you want me to read this if like
if it's
you
all
you
over the
went from
place.
like wouldn't say this all over the place, like you got the idea. I'm just saying that you got book one, you haven't fully finalized book one. Before you even finalize book one, you're already on book two.
Yeah.
And then now and then like before you even finalize book one and two, now you're like, oh, I got book 1.5. Like, whoa, what? Huh?
Gee, yeah, it's almost like and then like before I even finalize that, it's like I wrote the pilot, and it's
Yeah,
like
you rolled the pilot to the show, and it's like, oh, I just got an idea for something else. Like,
I thought
okay.
you liked that about me.
I do like that about you, but you
That's a
can't.
lot.
It's not a lot. It's good. It's just that you can't just be like, yeah, can you read this? You're like, but you're not.
Done.
You're. It's okay to not be done, but now you put this aside. Now you're working on something else, and then you start working on something else, and it's like, but wait, huh?
Yeah, I see.
And the next thing you know, now you're putting the work or you're making it harder on yourself because now you're like, now I gotta edit this, and now I gotta edit that, and now I gotta edit this, and oh, I got the pilot to work on. And I was like, whoa, what are you doing?
So what should I be doing right now?
You should be focusing on one thing.
I don't know what the thing is. It's like sometimes I'm just jumping around,
Yeah,
and it makes it.
but there are times, even during this quarantine, that you came up and like, oh, I got writer's block.
Yeah, I did.
You know, so once you get writer's block, then maybe you should start focusing on something else for like a time until you get back on the swing and saying, "Oh, I got it. Now I know what to do."
I know. This is something I feel like I'm just all over the place.
You're not all well. You're not all over the place. I wouldn't say that you're all over the place. I would just say that you're not focusing on what should be what. You're just going like, "Oh, well, he walks to the door. Oh, I know what to do now on book 11. He decided to just jump out the door. Wait, what just happened?
How's book one doing? Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't. Yeah, I don't feel great about it. Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's like I kind of understand where J.K. Rowling was,
hmm
even though like we canceled her. She's no longer cool.
So wait, what's going on? What's going on with her that like people
She
are canceling
basically
her
said
all
that
over the place
she
because people
basically
are being a bunch of pussies about canceling just about anything.
she said
There's a
something.
paper on the floor. Let's cancel the paper.
Yeah, she said something to the effect of like we shouldn't be focusing on trans rights, right? Trans women's rights right now because women already don't have all the rights that they want. So why should we
But
be
women don't
jumping the
have all
gun?
the rights that they want.
Yeah, she.
I agree. Women don't have all the rights that they want.
Yeah, she. I don't know. It's like she just said something that basically was very transphobic. It comes across as
You know,
transphobic.
from what I mean, I'm only quoting. I'm only understanding this from what you said. But maybe she's frightened to the point that like before gays get their soul rights, maybe we should get our rights. Does that make sense?
It makes sense, but
Like before before the gay. What are you doing?
I just was like doing the stuff.
Before the gays in the community or the before the gay community and the whatever the transgenders and whatnot before they get full soul quality of all the rights, we should get our rights as well.
It's just my thing is there's just a lot to process, and I think what's going on is it's not an issue of like supremacy. It's just that we're all try to get all of these movements and all of these marginalized peoples. We're trying to all get them the proper representation and proper rights and respect that they all deserve.
Who's they?
I don't even know who's the they anymore.
What do you mean you don't know? You're just saying it. Who's they?
Okay, so it So this is what's going on. There's several movements happening right now. You
Right.
have
There's several moments. Okay.
Black Lives Matter,
Uh huh.
Brown Lives Matter.
Brown. Oh, okay. Yeah.
You also have like trans
Mm-hmm.
rights, gay rights, still happening.
Green rights.
Haha.
Mm.
But you know what I mean. It's
Yeah,
like
I know what you mean. Yeah.
there's a lot happening, and I'm guessing there's a group of people feel like that their rights are not getting listened to, or in the rush to help one group, another group is falling by the wayside. So what's happening is that I guess people like J.K. Rowling feel like, well, can we get our stuff first and then we'll focus on you guys, or you're not even fully. I think she even went as far as to say you're not even fully women for you to be demanding women's rights. Like she's trying to say that about trans people, trans persons.
This is like a touchy. It's
Yeah.
very touchy because the thing is, like, I have my own opinions as well. I mean, it's in reality, it's hard to say because sometimes they're just like, yeah, they're not women, or oh, they're not men.
They are.
Uh, they,
They are.
listen, listen. They were born where they were born. Okay, they're transferring to something else. They were born where they were born. It's not. That's not the problem here. I feel like I just feel like there's so much going on all at once,
Yeah.
and then people are trying to take sole they're trying to take sole priority on like what is what. Like there's the Black Lives Matter movement, and then people are like, oh well, all lives matter. Well, you if once you're saying
Or
that.
Terry Crews is running around talking about,
Well,
let's
I'm
not
I'm not
make
talking
it.
about Terry
Yeah.
Crews. I'm just talking about like understand the point first before you continue. Like I sometimes joke about like I joke about with you because I like to get like some I like to rile you, like I like to get a little anger out of you sometimes. So this Black Lives Matter movement, and I go like, well, all lives matter, and then you give me a look, and I'm like, oh man, but I'm only doing that as a joke. I understand the purpose. I understand the point. But like once you start saying like, well, blue lives matter. Well, you don't get it. Sorry. Shut the fuck up. Then there's all lives matter. Oh, you don't get it also. Shut the fuck up. So there's that sense that like all this is going on, and then at the same time before it was that women were trying to get their rights, and all of this happened, right? There was like the pussycat
Pussy Riot?
the pussy hats or
Oh,
whatever,
Pussy Hats
and
and
there was
Pussy
like the
Riot.
the Women's Day, and
The
it was
Women's
it was
March.
a big thing, a whole big thing for the media, and then it died.
It didn't die.
It died.
Okay.
It died because
Because they kept leaving with trans women, black women,
no, no, no. It for me it died because people started going like, well, when I mean people, I mean women. You don't speak for us. Or a certain group of women were like, well, you don't speak for us. Oh, but you don't speak for us. Oh, but wait a minute, you don't speak for us. And then everything got divided, and now it's like, it kind of seems like,
fractured.
it kind of seems fractured, and some people actually don't even care. So, from that point of view, it's kind of like, yeah, maybe we should get our point across and our rights before transgenders get their rights. Does it make sense? No, but maybe you should organize something to the point that you can agree on something rather than just say, well, this woman doesn't speak for me. I can speak for myself. Like you have to agree on something. You just can't say because this particular woman wants specific rights and then somebody else wants other rights. It's just there's gonna be it's like a positive meeting a negative.
Hmm.
Like it just doesn't equate to anything. It's like a negative and a negative is going to be a positive. It just doesn't agree. It doesn't make any sense. So
Hmm.
like once you break down the whole, I guess agenda, it's like what exactly is your point? At the end of the day, it doesn't. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because then there are the more you fight, like as women, the more you fight, there's gonna be that other group of women, not men, that other group of women that are just gonna demolish that group. And we saw that with that dumb idiot from Maryland, was it?
You're talking about Susan Collins from the senator from
Yeah,
yeah.
that like she had a whole like she had an entire she had like an hour speech that nobody gave a fuck about.
Mm-hmm.
She had a 1 hour speech that all she had to do was give a decision, and then like when she gave her decision, it was just like, why did you even bother speaking?
Mm-hmm. You really don't like her.
I fucking despise that dumb
You
cunt.
really don't.
That lady is a cunt, like
Okay.
with a capital C.
And we are going to move on. All right. So here's the thing. So this week, yeah, I'm not even going to talk about Kanye. Kanye's going to run for president.
Oh, screw that shit.
And he's an anti-vaxxer.
That's great because we're safe because it's not like Bunker Boy is gonna be president again, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess. But
yeah, with like the daughter putting out the new book, and he still be president.
Yep. So here's the thing. All right.
All I have to say really is that like the job the job that you want
Yeah.
for 2020
Yeah.
is vice presidency. That's all I'm saying. Because if Biden wins, you know what's gonna happen.
It's going to be. What's the point?
It's like if Biden wins, the vice president is gonna be the president.
Ooh, that'd be cute. Why?
Or-
Because Biden will just.
That guy's not gonna last.
He's going to be like,
You
I can't
kidding
do
me?
this.
He'll probably go in there to fix whatever Bunker Boy never did.
I'll undo all this. You take over.
Undo what? He didn't do a damn thing. And
I
then
know.
4 years.
Well, yeah, you gotta undo what he did because he undid all the do's
Jesus,
and all
it's
the
gonna
do's
be
that
it's gonna be a disaster. He's gonna like his hair's already white. He's just gonna be in there bald. You're gonna see a bald Joe Biden if he wins. I'll give it 2 months.
Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. So here's what's happening. My hair's I'm looking like
Yeah, your hair is all over the place like Medusa in a way.
yeah, but that's because I'm stretching my curls. Okay, so
I like it.
thanks. 45 is saying that he's gonna withhold aid because he's like all the kids in the country need to go back to school 5 days a week,
Right.
8 a.m. to 3.
Uh-huh.
8 a.m. to 3, all packed in a classroom. You know, we got to move on. Parents want this. This is what the moms want. This is becoming a thing.
Right.
And if if governors decide to just do any sort of modification, they're not going to get federal aid, and they're doing it to advance their political careers.
Their political careers?
That's what he said.
So a 5-year-old is
No. The governor, like, let's say Cuomo is gonna do that. Cuomo decides.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's to actually advance his career. It's not really for the country. It's
So the fact that he was technically president for
3 months.
3 months.
Cuomo was president.
Cuomo was president for 3 months. So he's trying to advance his career by what you just
protecting school children.
Huh. Okay.
Because and Betsy DeVos is threatening and demanding
Mm-hmm.
that all schools be open.
Well, they got to kill bears.
So anyway, so here's the thing. First of all, I don't know where Trump all of a sudden feels like he cares about America's school children. He doesn't even like his own children, so I don't even understand where that's coming from.
I mean,
he likes
hold
four
on,
out of
hold
he
on,
likes
hold on,
one
hold
of
on,
them.
hold on.
He likes one of them.
Okay, hold on.
Very much.
Hold on. Seeing what you see and reading what you read from this idiot family, would you like them as kids?
No.
Okay, then.
Actually, the one I feel sorry for is Tiffany. You know how I have Tiffany is definitely the Meg of the family.
The lamp?
She's the Meg.
Oh, the Meg.
Meg from.
Oh, from the Family Guy?
Yeah. She's definitely the Meg of the Trump family.
Okay.
But anyway, so yeah, so Trump should
Is
not
this the
talk.
one that wrote the book?
No, that's his niece. That's Trump's niece. Their cousin.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, so
Okay.
I'm just confused. I'm just like this is a guy that's claiming that he knows what mothers across America want.
Was he does.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he doesn't like what does he know about what parents want? He didn't even want his kids
He's a parent.
except Ivanka, and he wants her in a weird way. And it's like, okay,
Is
that's
it a weird way?
I mean, if you want to date your daughter, that's weird.
Is it a weird way? It doesn't.
Stop
I'm gonna
stop
stay.
rationaling
I'm
that.
gonna stay quiet because I'm gonna go down a path that.
So anyway, all right. So that's the preface. Now, so
Uh
the question this week has been, what are they What are they going to do about school children? Like, how are they going to make the school year, 2020 to 2021? How is that school year going to look like?
Okay.
So New York City, we actually what they're going to do is they are going to do a blended approach. So this is what's going to happen. They have two models that they want to work from. So, with this blended approach, learning will continue to take place 5 days a week.
Hmm.
De Blasio says that the vast majority of students will only be in the classroom 2 or 3 days a week and will continue their education remotely on the other days of the week. Basically,
You were a
remember what
student.
college? Yeah,
Yeah. You were a student, right?
forever.
Okay. What
I've
is
been-
it necessary to be in school 5 days a week?
No, it's not necessary to
Okay.
be in school 5 days a week.
When we went to college, like, all right,
By
well,
Wednesday,
oh,
you're just like,
okay,
I'm
but
done.
when
Okay.
we went to college, right?
Yeah.
You're
Not there every day.
you're not there every day, but you're also surprised at the fact that you're like, wait, we don't have classes on Friday? Like, not there were classes on Friday, but there was some classes that were not offered on Friday, and then you had like a 4-day week in school.
Yeah.
Sometimes 3-day weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Even though you're in college and you can make your own decisions.
I
Yeah,
know.
you're an adult. But do kids need to be in school? I mean, hey, listen, some parents are working, sure.
Yeah.
You know,
I
some
understand that
and there's
part.
some parents that they can't afford
Daycare.
babysitters,
Yeah.
yeah, or daycare.
Yeah.
And then there's some kids that they absolutely need to be in school.
Yeah.
But do kids need to be in school 5 days a week?
No. They don't. They don't need that. They don't need
It's
that.
it's a very like it's a very wide area because it's just something that was implemented. But what I don't quite understand is that you went through this, right? And so did a lot of people before us. But it just seems like they don't
They prep. Well,
like
here,
it's like, yeah, this is the way. Like, you don't say this is stupid. Why is this happening?
I can tell you why. I can tell you where this comes from.
Hmm.
This comes from the Industrial Revolution. This comes from.
No, I understand. That's not my
I just
point.
wanted to finish
Okay,
this point.
right.
Okay, so the way that the American school day is set up, it's supposed to be set up just like a work day.
Yes, I
Because
know.
it's a because it's a holdover from the Industrial Revolution. Think about it. You're sitting in rows of desks. There's a bell to tell you if there's a shift change. There's a bell to tell you when to do this, when to go to lunch, when to come in.
You know where there's a bell as well?
Where?
The sweatshops.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Continue.
also, it's like if you have to go to the bathroom, what do? You raise your hand. If you want to answer a question, you raise your hand. If you want the supervisor's attention, you raise your hand. That's basically how the system has been set up for like the past 150 years or so. And nobody ever really bothered to change it.
Okay. I understand.
And the reason that it's 5 days a week
Mhm.
is because the work week is 5 days a week.
I know all of this.
Yeah.
I know.
Some people don't.
I understand. I know all of this, but the problem is that you being a student and people before us being students,
Mhm.
right? They know for a fact that they're I shouldn't be in class
All this time.
all this time. I should not be in class
Right.
for 6 hours.
Right.
I should not be. I mean, 6 hours, sure, okay, fine. I shouldn't be going to class for 5 days a week. Why?
By Wednesday, you're just tired.
What is not even that? It's just sometimes some of these classes you're just like, what else? What are you gonna teach me? What else? What else you got? And then there's so much going on. There's so much material, and by the end of the week you have a quiz, and some of that you're either gonna throw away, you don't care, or just be brain dead about it.
It's yeah. You have no retention.
Now, okay, and fine. The work week is 5 days a week as well, but
What about? Yeah, go ahead.
but the work week is also Saturday, Sunday
For some.
for some and for a lot.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
so how does that differ?
It doesn't differ.
This is the weird logic that we're just living in. That hey, we have this model and then this model seems to work, but it's not working, right? But you know, you like you had a point, and I happen to agree with it, and I disagree with it about like the school schedule,
Mhm.
how it should be. Like if there's too many students with the social distancing and the social distance learning activities, like you said, there should be like a schedule for twice a week, twice a day. Like it'll be
AM school and PM school.
AM school and PM school. Now, I like the idea, but I also don't like the idea considering the fact that some
Parents.
parents work at night, some parents work in the day,
Right.
right? So what's gonna happen with these kids?
Well, I mean, like school
Like
is
like
all.
like I'm sorry to cut you off, but let's say I'm a parent and uh, I work nights and my kid goes to class in the AM.
Mhm. Are you talking about like how the kid gets to school,
Well, no, like
or
like
who's with the
all
kid
right,
when you get home?
all right. I work I work a job that pays me $15 an hour, right? I have a kid. Um, so I work a job that pays me $15 an hour. I have a kid. The kid goes to AM classes. I work nights. I can't afford daycare. I can't afford a babysitter because I still have to pay rent. I have other bills that I have to take care. How how do I work around that? I mean, I will have to figure it out for myself, but considering the scheduling wise,
Mhm.
it's not like the kid applies for it or the parent applies for it and he's gonna get it. It kind of seems like it's a lottery thing.
Because here's my thing. I understand that it's like let's be for real. Most in every single state, it has to be that parent. There has to be a two income household. Like everybody in the house has to
Yeah,
work.
but what if it's
No,
just one parent? What
let,
if
that's the point I'm getting at. Like the point is the idea of a parent at home and a parent at school. No, a parent at home and a parent at work. That model doesn't work anymore, or it works for a very small amount of people. So it's just not practical like it used to be.
hmm
So what? I forgot my point.
it's not it's just that the system is really like
The
this
system.
system is
Oh,
broken.
okay,
This
okay.
whole system is
Here it is. Here it is. Here it
broken.
is. Here it is. So back to the original point. Like
Okay.
it's impractical. Like for a majority of people, it's impractical.
Okay.
The problem is school has become the all day babysitter. Think about it.
Not
No, no, no.
not
Think about
necessarily.
it. Think about it.
I am thinking about it, and I'm telling you,
And
not necessarily.
what time okay, what is the earliest you've heard of schools starting classes? What's the earliest?
7 a.m.
What's okay, 7 a.m. What's the latest you've heard of after schools finishing up?
6.
7 to 6. 7 a.m. to
Mhm.
11 hours.
After schools, right? After school
After
year.
school,
Okay.
okay.
6. Let's say. Yeah. Let's say 6. Let's say 6:30.
Okay. That's 11 hours or so.
Mm-hmm.
11 hours.
Okay.
That takes care of the parents that have the 7 a.m. shifts, the 7 to, what's 7 plus 8? 15? What's 15 on the clock? 3?
Yes.
Okay, so the 7 to 3 p.m.s, the 7 to 3 p.m. shifts are covered. The 8 to 4s are covered. 9 to 5s, 11s to 11 to whatever. Like all those shifts are covered for the day.
Mm-hmm.
That's perfectly fine, and it gives the parents flexibility to do these shifts. Here's what happens. Here's what happens. You have all of these, so it comes to a point where the kid is basically out of the house for most of the day,
Okay.
and then they come home. What do they have to do when they come home? Homework. They have to do their homework. They have to eat. They have to do whatever extracurricular is out there. I don't know, sports, music, whatever. Maybe like and then you also want this kid to get 8 to 9 hours of sleep. And you're also expected to spend some sort of quality time with this kid. You have to all of this in 24 hours. When is this possible? And also, when you think think about that. Think about, okay, let's say you and I, Angel. Let's say you and I have a child.
Uh-huh.
We have a kid. The kid starts school at, I don't know. The kid starts school at, we'll say, 9 a.m.
Okay.
We have that. So from 9 to 3. They're 6 hours.
Okay.
All right? So one of us is home.
Mm-hmm.
We can take him to school. One of us is home. We can take him home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So 9 to 3. They're home. Okay. So they have 6 classes. 6 classes and an hour homework for each class. That's 6 hours of homework. So from 3 to 9, they're doing homework.
Right.
When did they have dinner?
Just take a break in between, I guess.
Take a break in between. Okay. When did they get time for themselves to relax? Maybe they want to watch it. Maybe they want to watch a ball game with you. Maybe he wants to watch a ball game with you. Maybe he wants to, I don't know, maybe she wants to read a book with me. Something. Like they want some sort of quality time or some sort of leisure time. When can they take that?
I don't know.
Also,
I don't know when they can.
And what time do they have to wake up to make it to that 9 a.m. class again?
Depends. 7?
Wake up at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay, so 7 a.m. So that means they would have to go to bed at 11 at night.
Do they? 'Cause
if you're
that wasn't my case, but do they? It's just like I said. It's a very
broken system.
It's a broken system, but
and we relied way too much on
But the problem is, all right, it's not only that. There's 24 hours in a day, right?
Right.
It's 3 shifts.
We get tired.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
It's 3 shifts.
Mm-hmm.
24 hours in a day.
Mm-hmm.
There's some people that go in at 12 p.m. to 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next person comes in at 8.
Mm-hmm.
So think about that, right?
Yeah.
So let's say I'm a single parent. My kid has PM classes, but I can't take them because I work at 12.
You're okay.
You see?
Yeah.
Like it's very it's great. Like the idea is great, and like I said, I happen to agree with it. But I also have my disagreement because then it's like
they're also not doing it.
Yeah, but even if they do it, it'll be a lottery system. It's not like you can apply and say, well, I work nights and I would like my kid to be in school at night so that I can take. It's not gonna work like that.
I understand. Which is okay. So this is where you also talk about grade level. If you're talking about once a kid hits 11, 12 years old, that's junior high age, and you start giving them certain responsibilities at that point. They start getting responsibilities.
Right.
Remember when you were in junior high?
Yeah.
What did all of a sudden you started getting? They told you have to start carrying a wallet because you have to carry your bus pass in it. You also have to carry your lunch tickets. You have to carry this.
They told you that?
Yeah.
I don't
An
remember
ID card. All this stuff.
I just had pockets and I put them in there. I just don't remember any of that. But all right.
You also have a gym combination, a gym locker combination, and maybe a hall locker combination. You have stuff to worry about. You have things. You have extra crap you have to take with you around.
Yes.
So if we start giving those, so maybe what's gonna happen is like you can start that AM and PM schooling at the junior high level, junior high through high school level. You don't necessarily have to do the PM at elementary school. You don't necessarily have to do that. You give, The thing is, I think for the elementary school system, I think what you do is you have to give them that, that alternate thing. Like they go in on alternate days because, and even, which means like half the class comes in on one day, the other half comes in on another day. It's like, and that's the idea. See, that's what I wanted to get to. So they're asking parents here in New York City, they have two models that they want to work on, and they're trying to see which one. So the first model is going to consist of two groups where schools have the capacity of at least 50% of students to be in the building at one time. So the first group will go to school on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and group two will come in on Wednesdays and Fridays. And both groups will come in either or Monday. I actually remember this from junior high. Like in junior high, we had this thing called the 2-4-6-1-3-5 day, where it was just a way to stick in an extra class. And how it worked was like if like you follow the schedule and it alternates each week. So if like in the morning they'll tell you, oh, it's day 2 on your program. So whatever class you had on 2-4-6, you would go to that class.
Why not? If that's the case, why not just have Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday? I'm sorry, I said it wrong. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the other group Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Well, like the idea, like I think it has to do with the fact that you have to give the kids 2 days.
They have
You
more
have
than
to
2
give
days.
them. You have to give them the weekend.
For what?
Well, you have to give the teachers the weekend.
For what?
Babe, come on. You've taught
Yeah,
classes.
but yes, but not all teachers are going to be teaching the same class. That's not my problem. Get more teachers.
Well, okay, then. Well, they're gonna call on you then.
They're not going to call on me.
Yes, they do. Because
Say I don't speak
you,
English.
your degree has a teaching
not-
certificate.
listen,
It's backed with a
all
teaching
jokes aside.
certificate.
Listen, all jokes aside.
They will
all,
call you in.
all jokes aside.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to do this, give it 3 and 3. Period.
Okay, so
Right.
the second model is a little more complicated. Model 2 will consist of 3 groups that will come to school on a specific day of the week. So Group A comes in on Wednesdays, Group B comes in every Thursday, and Group C comes in every Friday, and then the groups will rotate coming in on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Well, then just get a universal teacher. Just get a universal. This is stupid. Just get a universal teacher. Listen, get a universal teacher is gonna teach you like the old days, all subjects, right? And then keep the kids in the classroom all day. That's it. That's it. What else? What else are you gonna do? Just
Wait,
keep them in
why
the
don't-
same classroom.
I'm just wondering why they can't adopt the whole, like, remember how one thing I loved about college scheduling is just the simple fact that you're not in class every day. And when you go to class, no. What's the first thing you get on the first day of your class in
Syllabus.
college? The syllabus, right?
Right.
And what is on the syllabus?
All the information.
All the
Pretty much.
information, and what else is on it?
The professor's contact.
Yeah, and then there's one more thing.
What?
The schedule, it has what the teacher is going to teach on that class day. Like
Yes, but
the
this is
readings to
different.
do.
No, but
no,
this is
I
different.
would. If they had that in elementary school for when I was growing
This
up,
is-
that'd be dope.
okay. That's you.
Yeah.
No.
I don't
This
have
is-
to come in
no,
every day, but
listen,
I can still figure
was-
out. I can still catch up.
No. This is you. I have to speak from the school of hard knocks. I was a very bright student. However, when there was reading due for the next class, that reading was never done
By you or anybody.
by me. The only way, obviously I had a system, but
Read it right before class.
that was one, and
Or
two.
read it during.
No, that was one, but two. I also there were certain words that I can just skim through the page. Like, you know how I'm a fast reader. Like
Yeah.
I can skim through the page and I can pick certain words that are related to whatever the information and whatever the reading is
You look for the context.
yeah, that is required. So that was my method. However, when there was a reading due, or you have to continue your reading, and then the professor will ask you questions. Some of that just came out of my ass. And this goes the same for some student. However, there were those students that they finished the book from, like, Flowers for Algernon, or whatever the title of the book was. Was that it? Or was it Flowers in the Attic?
The one with the incestuous kids.
No, I think it was Flowers.
Flowers in the Attic is the one where the kids are holed up and they start having sex with each other.
Flowers in the Attic.
Yeah.
I think it's, or whatever. Let's just say To Kill a Mockingbird, right?
Okay.
So, this they give you To Kill a Mockingbird, Off Mice and Men, one of those books, and they tell you, yeah, hey, read this chapter.
Ow.
And I never read the chapter, but there was always like one or two other students that were done with the book, and I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck? I'm sorry, I'm having some issues here with my chair.
Your chair just was like, yeah, your chair sides with me. There should
Yeah.
be a syllabus.
They were like,
there should be syllabi.
no, there should be syllabi, but does everybody follow it? No, you do, and there's others like you that follow it. I did not follow the syllabus.
I loved it.
The only time
that syllabus
the
is
only time
life.
the only time I followed the syllabus was, what do I need? I need this, this, and this. Okay, cool. And then I figured out that there were some professors that they put the information for the quiz on the syllabus, right? I figured that out like I was like, wait, what? He spoke about this in and then this was on the quiz. Oh, I know what to study. And every time, but that was only for that class. And anytime he gave a quiz and I studied that particular area, all of that was in the quiz, which was great. However, this is not always the case. There's not going to be a time where, hey, this is a bit. And I remember some professors telling me, well, it was on the syllabus. And I'm like, I didn't look at it. You follow?
Yeah. I could just imagine you being a professor with the syllabus. Like, everything is on the syllabus. But
Leave
what
me
about this on the syllabus?
It's
But-
on the syllabus. Leave me alone.
You know what to do next week? No, we don't. It's on the syllabus. Every answer.
It's great. The syllabus, all the information that you need is on the syllabus. However,
But
a
then there's
12-year-old kid,
Oh,
a
yeah.
12-year-old kid is not going to go like, well, the syllabus here, yeah, okay, cool. It says that I need, like a pencil. I need a number 2 pencil, but I use a number 3 pencil. Does that matter? Who gives a fuck? Just
When
do it.
have you ever seen the number 3 pen?
I've
No,
seen it.
you've seen a number
I've
3.
seen
No,
it.
you've seen a number 3
I've seen it.
because you studied like
I've
disciplines
seen,
where
yeah, but I like, but even before
you
this,
walked into a store and saw a number 3 pencil.
not a number 3. I saw a 0.5, which was weird. A 1.5.
At a 99-cent store.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Because I've
That was
never,
weird.
outside of a craft shop, I've never seen a non-number 2 pencil.
Yeah, and it was weird when I first saw it because I was mesmerized by it. I'm like, how come this one just says 1.5? That's just weird.
I never understood what was so special about a number 2 pencil. Every teacher, get you, make sure you have a number 2 pencil. I'm like, what is so fascinating about the number 2? Why wouldn't I use a number 1?
It's the lead, really.
I don't know that. I'm 7 years old, and this little stupid.
Yeah, but a number 1, when you use a number 1, is not gonna be as tough as a
How
number 2.
do I know that?
Well, because that's already been studied.
They don't tell.
Okay, but that's already been studied.
Angel, you're a kid. You're like 7 years old, and the teacher's like, make sure you have a number 2 pencil.
No, I'm gonna be like,
what is a number 2 pencil?
No.
Why does it have to be
No,
number
my
2?
question was, I can't play with my penis.
I hate you.
Listen.
And
Whenever
when
they
I
made,
have to produce children.
listen, whenever they made any jokes about pencils, the first thing you thought about was penis. It was
Hey,
just like, well,
Hey, you want to sharpen your pencil?
are we talking about
Can I-
penises?
Can I sharpen my pencil in your Can I put my pencil in your sharpener? Yeah. I knew that joke too. Girl,
How many times did you get that joke?
0. I heard it, but it was never at me. I would always hear somebody say it, but nobody
remember-
ever said it to me.
I remember this girl named Maria. I always used to tell her like some weird shit I don't know why. I was
And
like,
that's why Maria didn't marry you,
actually,
and I did.
she was quite attracted to me though. It's just that she was owned by like a group. You know, she was like the member of this group, so she had like a boyfriend in the group, so she couldn't do anything with me or whatever. But for some reason,
How old are you people?
I don't know, I'm
How old are you?
12, 11, 12, something like that.
What kind of junior high did
I don't
you?
know why I was, you know, sometimes I think about it, and I don't even know why I was attracted to her, because she wasn't that attractive.
Yeah, because you're a grown man thinking about it with your grown man standard of
Yeah,
beauty.
but you know, it's just I had that like,
The other day, I
uh
was
huh.
looking at pictures. I was like thinking about like guys that I had a crush on, and I'm like, what was I thinking? And that's because I'm with you.
But I don't
Okay,
know.
back
I don't have a
to
point. I don't have a
my
point to this.
original question.
Which was
No teacher ever explained why a number two
number two
pencil is
pencils.
standards. No teacher ever explained it. You just went through K through 12 hearing about a number 2 and you never understood why. Trust me, there are entire Reddits. Sorry. There are entire Reddits about this. That
That's when you use a pen.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. At what age do you start using pens?
I started like at 12, maybe 12, 13.
I didn't start using a pen till 4th grade.
I didn't give a shit.
That was huge
I didn't give
in
a shit. I
my
was just
elementary
There
school.
used to be like, well, if you use a pen, make sure you use whiteout. I'm like, fuck you. I'm gonna be scratching the hell out of this thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Why? Oh, they didn't want you to use a pen. My 3rd grade, like typically in my elementary school, at 3rd grade you start using pens at 8 years old. But my 3rd grade teacher said she didn't want us to use pens because in her experience, because she'd been a teacher forever, she said like pens explode, and she was like, I can't do it.
That was the best part when they exploded.
Imagine your big pen just like explodes in your
That
bag.
thing.
And you're just
Sometimes I purposely broke them just so that they can explode and I can use the ink to draw. That was the best part. Are you kidding me? It's like, is this a cheap pen? I was like, is this a cheap pen or is this like one of those big, cool pens or is this like a cheap one? It's like, no, this is a cheap one. I was like, all right, cool. Let me break the tip. Broke the tip, and then like you see the ink just oozing out, and you're like, oh, look at that mechanical ooze of black and bluish ink just coming as the light just reflects from it,
oh,
and
and
it
it
looks
gets
like
that
purple,
yeah,
and
it
it has
has
like this purple little shine
red
to it, and
tint, yeah.
you're like, oh, this is so cool. Drawing ink. Time to draw the X-Men. Dee. That was awesome. Fun times. What? That was the best. That listen, as long as it didn't break in your pants, because I was the type of I was the type of guy that I always had like my pen in my
Hey,
pockets.
you never had a cap?
No, I had a cap, but sometimes even with the cap it broke. So it was just like, oh, cool, and then it breaks, and you're like, ah, son of a. What I hated was that when the tip broke, you try to put it right back on it, and then it gets fixed, but the ink is still oozing out, and you're like, oh man, and then it gets on your fingers.
Let's question, like, now that we know the schools are going to open up next month, I'm wondering, like, what's the school supply list looking like?
Masks, hand sanitizers.
How many jugs of hand sanitizer do you need
4.
this year? How many gallons?
4.
At least
4
4
gallons.
to last you
gotta
this
carry
month.
and you gotta carry it. You just can't have it at home. You need a separate bag to carry it. I'm gonna carry my books. Figure it out.
Oh, also, what if schools aren't open? Like, what if you go to school and it's all remote learning? Like, what's the school supply then? Tablet, laptop, stylus.
Wow, you took like a weird turn.
You
took like a weird turn on this one.
No,
Listen,
imagine
if it's remote learning at this point, some students have already been remote learning. They don't need any damn supplies. You know, at this point, what are you gonna do? Like, you're gonna open. It's like, oh, it's remote learning. It's on the computer. Oh,
I need a faster computer.
Let me open up my Trapper Keeper and write my things on it and just 1 + 1 is 2. Cool. How do I show my work? What do I hold it up to the camera?
Yo, oh God. I could, oh my God. Could you imagine if we were kids and we had to do this like in the 90s? First of all, half of us wouldn't show up. Could you imagine being a high school student right now and you like, yo, I'm not going to class today. I'm not
if I'm not mistaken, half of them don't even show up now. They're just like, fuck this. What's the point?
Yeah, apparently so. Apparently they said like about 30% of students got zero work done. They like once they said school shut down, they were just like, well, school year's over.
But would you? Like I would probably show up to the classes that I would probably be at the classes that I feel
Open
like
up
more
the-
important.
Open up the laptop.
Like
I'm going to English.
like I was just like, yeah, I'll go in English. I'm going to math. I'm going to social studies. Oh, you have biology. What? Fuck that.
I don't need this.
I don't need this. Like, if you need it, then you need it.
You
but
picked your class. You picked the classes you like
it's
too.
like, yeah, if you need it, then you need it. It's like, how do you do? So how did they do? Here's an interesting one. How did they do gym? Like, wait, like how do you know how do you know somebody wasn't programming the dancing baby into the camera during
Did you
gym
go
class?
outside for 10 minutes? We're not allowed outside.
I'm not allowed.
My mom said I can't go outside.
I can't go. Like I was playing with a ball. Does this work? I was playing with my controller on the PS4, so I'm working my thumbs. That's part of the aerobics.
I'm doing
right?
Minecraft in PS4.
Yeah.
Does that count as recess?
Jesus Christ.
I'm playing Fortnite. Does that count as recess? Like, I don't know. Honestly.
This is like
Oh, I'm jealous of kids now because
why?
they don't get because if it's remote learning, they don't have to go to gym.
Oh God.
I
Here we go.
hated gym. I
don't understand anybody that can possibly hate gym.
It's
It
pointless.
is the easiest fucking class.
Because you have to change.
Passing
You have
class.
to change.
All you have to do is show up.
I dressed.
You just have to show up and be
No,
dressed.
you don't. You
don't
gotta
even
go.
have to do the activities. You don't even have to do. You just have to act like Daria. You know how Daria just like throws her leg out.
Hands.
She actually tried. She tried and she still passes.
She put her hand
It's
out.
like she put her hand out. She still passed. That's all you have to do. You can suck at gym and still pass. I don't understand anybody that says this is the point of class. I'm not gonna attend. Well, wait, I'm doing no kickball. They throw balls at my face. It's like you hit it with your head, right? You passed. All you have to do is show up.
I hated that part too.
Showing up.
Angel, think about it. I got dressed to come to school.
Yeah. Okay.
Couple hours go by. I have to undress, put on a second outfit, go to a
You have to put on a second outfit.
gym outfit.
I had my
Your
shorts.
sweats.
I had my shorts
That's
under my
annoying.
jeans.
That's annoying.
Listen, I had my shorts. Listen,
You're
listen,
a
no,
guy.
All right, hold
You're
on.
a
Listen.
dude. Guys love gym because y'all can like literally strip off your. Because y'all stink anyway.
No.
Teenage boys
No.
stink anyway.
I had my shorts. Under my jeans. Right. Once I was done
You
with.
love gym too
Listen,
much.
listen,
If you had
no.
that.
Listen, I have my.
You love gym way too much. I can't. Dude, like you'll stand in the middle of the gym. You'll undo your fly. Talking about I'm prepared. That was you. If we were dating in high school and you did that, I would dump you in front of the whole class. Like we just broke up. No, we just broke
I have
up.
my shorts under my jeans. Right. Once we were done with gym class, those shorts were done. I would not. It wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have my shorts and I'm gonna put my jeans over it again, sweaty and shit. No,
First of all, the girls were doing that. We would put our sweats on over our jeans because they only give you like half a second to change.
What kind of was this Nazi? Was this Nazi Germany that you were going to?
No, here's what happened. So here's what happened.
Half a second.
Gym is like what? Gym is like what? 42 minutes. Gym is like 40 because it's a regular class.
Right.
It's 42 minutes. They give you maybe 5 minutes to get dressed and
More than enough.
2 minutes to
To-
get to change into your clothes, and you have to leave the basement to go all the way up to your floor,
What's your floor? Where's your floor?
fourth floor.
Wait, hold on a second. You had to go from the basement to the fourth floor?
No elevator.
What was this? Not Nazi? This was Nazi Germany.
And you had 3 minutes to change.
This was Nazi Germany, definitely.
And they expected you to be sitting in your class by the late bell. What do you think the girls were doing? We were through by when they blow
Looking at
that
each other's
when
boobs.
they blow that whistle, girls are literally walking to the locker room stripping off sweat.
This is the stupidest thing.
So that, by the time you get to the locker room, you throw your clothes into the locker, you throw your gym clothes into the locker, and then you run up the stairs, and then you run
if
upstairs.
that was my gym class, I would have not attended at all.
Thank you. Why does that?
All right, but see, when it was elementary school, when we were in elementary,
you don't have to change at all. You just have sneakers on, and then you go play. Yes.
What kind of school was this? We had to change.
Not in my school.
We did.
Just
We
put
had
your
to change.
sneakers
The
on.
locker was right there. It was on the same floor. All you had to do is
Y'all
walk.
had locker rooms
and that
in
was
elementary school?
Yeah.
No. You're 8 years old with a gym locker?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, way.
I don't believe it.
Yeah. Anyway,
we didn't have that.
It was the same thing in junior high. It was right there.
Oh, junior high was the worst.
High school. All you had to do was one floor up, 4 flights up. That's fucking retarded.
The locker room is in the basement, and the gym is on the first floor.
You said the 4th floor.
That's where your classes are.
Wait, I'm confused.
Okay.
The lockers are in the basement,
Mm-hmm.
but the gym is on the 1st floor or the 4th floor?
It's on the first floor.
Okay, now you're just being lazy.
And then you have to go back down to the basement and then change and then be upstairs on the 4th floor in 3 minutes.
Yes. Okay, so what's the problem?
You're a guy.
No, you're being lazy.
No,
you're being lazy and laid back.
Mm-hmm.
You're being lazy and completely laid back. You gotta be fucking If you tell me it's 10 floors and you're on the basement, okay, 4 floors? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Are you fucking kidding me?
That's
4 floors?
5 stories.
Oh my god.
I have to 5 stories in 3 minutes.
I've done 5 stories in 2 minutes.
You're a guy. You just
don't
came
do
off
that.
gym.
Don't do that.
You love
You just came off gym. Doing what? You did nothing.
Exactly.
Like I said, all you had to do is just stick your hand out as the ball is coming and do nothing.
Not my gym class.
You barely had.
We-
Listen, you barely did anything. As long as you were prepared.
Oh,
you
I had
came
my-
to class prepared. You took attendance and you were there. And the ball came at you and you stuck your hand out and like you didn't catch it. You're like, oh man, I suck. That was 80%. That's all you had to do. If you had under 80, you suck at life.
No, I never got below it. I never got below an 80.
If you gotta be below an 80 in gym, you suck at life. You need to reassess everything you're doing. You need to go in front of a pond and just look at the pond and say,
Why?
what the fuck is wrong with me?
I can't wait till we have kids, and this is gonna be the weirdest conversation you're gonna have with them. They come at you with a 70 in gym, and I'm gonna laugh at you, and I'm gonna be like, ha, ha, it's a thing.
And I'll be like, what are you, an idiot?
No, I hate gym. Mom had a point.
This is all you have to do.
Gym
no,
is
and
trash.
I'll say, yeah.
PE is a trash class.
Yeah, it is.
It
and
is.
All you have to do is show up. The one that I thought was completely stupid was like when they didn't go to gym class and they cut and you're just like, what?
You cut gym?
What? Why did you cut gym?
I wish I could.
I remember like
in high school I could never cut gym.
Some of the guys I knew that were terrible in class, like all classes, they were god awful. Their highest grade was maybe a 60, right? It came to gym class and they were there and they were like, yeah, okay, and then they'd be like, yo, did you hear that so and so cut? And this is like the bad students that they were not cutting gym class at all and they were attending gym class. It's like, did you hear that so and so cut gym? He's in, and the student that barely got a 60 in other classes goes like, why is gym It's the easiest fucking class.
I could understand why you would cut gym.
Fuck out of here.
I would totally get it. First, okay. Also, Angel, think about it. Okay, this is New York City public schools. There are no showers. So you're telling
Oh,
me that
God.
I have to work out for a good 40
Are you going to
minutes?
work?
I have to live with that stink for the rest of the day.
So bring perfume, bring cologne.
Perfume and stink don't mix.
So what? Try
You
not
want
to
me to
sweat so much. I just said all you have to do is stick your hand out. You don't even have to do much.
Mm-hmm. No, I had a
Are
system.
Are you going to a job interview? Are you going to work?
No, but I gotta sit with that funk all
So
day.
sit far away. Quarantine yourself.
Quarantine.
I don't know.
Yeah, I had a system though. I knew I could count on my period for 1 week a month, and then the week before my period, just say I have PMS, and then the week after my period, say I have postmenstrual syndrome, and then there you go. And then I would basically be playing like maybe 1 day a month.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I figured it out. That's
Wait,
how
you were playing 1 day a month?
I was playing 1 week. Yeah, I'm not gonna play every day. You crazy? Why would I do that? Why would I participate in gym that hard? It's not even factored into the GPA. It's not in a whole marking period.
That's another thing that's kind of weird. Like that's the
Why
one thing
am
that
I-
I agree with you, that the gym is not even factored into GPA. It has nothing to do with your GPA or credit or anything.
No,
It's just there's a requirement, and
it's
this
a
is.
requirement for graduation.
But you know what this is all? This is due, right?
What?
The overweight, how America is overweight.
Yeah, but
But-
we didn't get that. We weren't in that overweight crisis when we were in that school. When we were in school, that came
Doesn't
after
matter.
us.
Yeah, this came out because of this. This was
Oh.
the reason for PE class.
Oh, because like they wanted the country to be
Yeah,
in
you know,
shape.
yeah.
Yeah, that worked out.
Because it didn't make any sense as to like it's not part of your GPA, but it's still required. You're just like, huh?
Also think about it. Like when I was like, what? Okay, we're gonna do this. What sports were offered? What units were offered in PE when you were in school?
Kickball, baseball.
If you're lucky.
Whoa, what do you mean if you're lucky? What was offered in yours?
Basketball and volleyball.
Okay, so what's the problem? I thought you were gonna see something like, hey, run around, run around with a stick.
I wish we had track.
Run around with this
I
stick. No,
wish.
and by stick I mean like a wiffle ball bat or something. Run around with this wiffle ball bat. Hey, throw yourself on the floor. Try to act like you're swimming on the floor. I don't know. The water's lava. Why don't you run away from it? I don't fucking
wish.
know. What? That doesn't make any sense.
Wish.
What?
I wish.
You have no point here. I'm
do
sorry
have
to
a
say.
point.
No, you don't.
What I'm
sorry
trying to say is that no, if you ask a lot of us, like black and brown kids, when we went to school, that's all they were offering was volleyball and basketball. They were, let's put it this way: if there was a football unit, you would have it for 1 day and you'd never see it again.
No, we had football sometimes. We
Maybe
had
your school
basketball
likes
sometimes.
you. I don't know. Maybe your school liked you.
Sometimes we have basketball. Sometimes we
I-
have football.
I remember that
Sometimes
one time we
have
had
like kickball. Sometimes we have the dodgeball.
oh, we had kickball, and you know what happened?
Somebody got kicked in the face.
No, the teacher that was doing kickball got fired, and then we never saw kickball again.
You sure the teacher wasn't trying to kick somebody in the head?
No, and she was the coolest teacher. She had that one rule that said as long as your shoes had rubber soles, you were considered prepared. That's how you know they gave the fuck up. That's how you know. Well, like if your preparedness is what shoes you had on that day, if that counts as like if that's the passing and failing, that's how you know they gave the hell up.
Wow.
That's how you know they gave up.
That's how you know they're fucking lazy.
And that was the best ever. I miss her.
No wonder a lot of students are lazy now. No wonder like adults.
No, but you
are
know what? I
so
hate
fucking
gym,
lazy.
but any other class, give me. I have no problem.
No wonder there's
English.
so many students that are lazy. They couldn't even get prepared for a single class. Put your shoes on. I got dancing shoes today. Does that count? Like, you walked from your home with dancing shoes on. What are you doing? Like you moonwalking from your home or something?
What? Like, think about it. You have on like the Timberland boots, Tim's.
Oh
You have
God.
Tim's on, and that
Oh,
was
and then
considered rubbers, and then that was, and then you were prepared for gym.
and then the Tims never fit into the locker.
No, you walk into school in your street clothes on and your Tim's, and you're considered prepared.
I remember the Tims didn't fit into the locker.
Why didn't the Tim's fit into the locker? How big are your feet?
We had weird lockers. Like we
Were
had.
they like super thin?
Yeah, we had like it was weird. So how was it? It was like
What color are the lockers?
it was like a full locker, and then it was like short locker, or it was weird. I don't remember. Like it was there for a long time, and then they changed them because we got new lockers, and that was cool. But it was like, yeah, they got these little lockers, and then it was just good luck trying to fit shit in it.
I remember in junior high we had like the little square lockers, and then ever at the bottom there were like the longer lockers that you could put your bag in.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got to high school, all the lockers were just like these half lockers,
Yeah.
and that wasn't bad at all. Yo, one time I told you I left my I would purposely leave my sneakers in my locker and just leave my locker unlocked. Hopefully somebody would steal my sneakers. Nobody ever stole.
Yeah, I heard about Pete. But here's what I never understood about this. So, some people would break into some people's lockers,
Sure.
right? And then they would steal one shoe and leave the other.
I've never heard that.
Like, why did you leave the other one? Why didn't you take both of them? You just stole one shoe. Why didn't you take both of them? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Because I guess the one shoe now is useless, and what they'll do is like they'll just leave the one shoe in the locker unlocked, and then you get the other shoe at the end of the day.
How would you get it at the end of the day?
Well, you gotta wait till the end of the day because nobody's gonna want one sneaker.
They probably just threw it out.
Then you go into the trash and you find the sneaker.
I
don't
What
know.
trash? What in the locker? What are you gonna do? The whole school trash with the with the
Angel.
lunch hour and the lunch trash and everything?
Angel, I don't know.
I'm just saying.
I don't know. I
I'm just
don't
saying.
know. I told you, like once, like a bunch of girls, they took my sneakers and they threw them in the trash, and I left, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I left them in the lunchroom, and then
Wait, they threw them in the trash and you left them in the lunchroom?
I left it. Yeah, I left it in the trash, and we were leaving the lunch, and one of the teachers fished it out the trash, cleaned it up, and gave it back to me. I was like, I can't get rid of these shits.
They were a lucky pair.
They're very lucky. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna settle this once in the law. I cut the tongues out, and I was like, oh, they're useless now, Mom.
I thought you were gonna say you were gonna lick your ass with them.
Why would I do that?
I don't know. That was a Dave Chappelle joke, though.
Okay. I'm just saying, gym is a pointless class.
It's not a pointless.
It's
class.
a pointless class.
Not a pointless class.
Really? So how come there's no how come is it that there's no Regents in it?
Wow. Wow.
The thing, like I won't.
Wow.
Hey, look, PE is a major in colleges.
What do you?
You can major in PE in college.
What are you gonna do? Like for your curriculum, what is required? I need a time watch. I need a pencil, a number 2 pencil, a piece of paper. All right, run from here to here. Mark your time. It has to match the time on this regent question. Cool. What?
Exactly.
No, not exactly.
Exactly.
No, not exactly. Pointless.
There was an architecture regent. Did you know that?
There was.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
They offered it like once. They were testing.
Architecture reasons, that would have been a disaster. The whole test is a disaster to begin with. So.
Oh, and I think they canceled the SATs. I think they're gonna cancel the SATs this year. Oh, Mike Pence did say something to the effect of they're gonna do standardized testing regardless. If everybody's remote learning, how are you gonna do standardized testing? Everybody's passing that.
Open book.
Open book group test. Yo, who got the answer to number 2? Like, you're in the Zoom chat. Who's got the answer to number 4?
They probably won't do that. It'd be like
That's
it'd be
cheating. The teacher will be like,
questions are random.
oh, like when you take your driver's tests.
Yeah.
When you take the permit test. Like
I used to have a professor like that in high school. Like he would give one line,
Mm-hmm.
a test, and then he would give another line, another test. Like
So that you guys can't cheat off each other.
I just thought that was kind of dumb in a way.
It's not dumb. It's just extra work for them.
Well, no, I thought it was dumb because the professor would just be in front of the class, just staring at you, or staring at the class. It wasn't like he was on his at the desk grading papers or reading something or whatever. No, he was just like staring out at the students, like.
Oh God, that's dumb. I do remember once when I was like I think it was in junior high. Like, you ever had that one kid in class who was just like super smart, and on the day of the test, everybody sits around him?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's like, for some reason, there's like a cone of passage. There's like an entire circle of passage because all the people that are sitting in front of them, around them, they do really well. That's what happened to me in French class in junior high.
Yeah, I
Everybody around me.
remember.
I got the highest grade in the class. The girl next to me got the second highest grade. My best friend, she got the fourth highest grade. Everybody was. Everybody.
I told you about that one,
and
right?
then
That
for the next. And here's the funny part. For the next test, the teacher split everybody up, and there was this one girl who was just trying to move her desk.
he was in the middle. He's like
She sits like
she's the
like
obnoxious one that's just there.
no, like here's the thing. She's trying to split everybody's desk apart from mine so that nobody cheats off me. And then all of a sudden, like as like everybody's like, okay, cool. And then she's over here like and then every couple of minutes you just hear her desk going
I told you about the tricks I used to have, right? When
What?
people used to like try to copy off of mine.
You gave yourself as an answer. You gave yourself as an answer.
Yeah, because there was one student, like, well, there were multiple students that didn't know who I was,
Yeah.
and it was like that particular class. He always gave a quiz every fucking day.
Why?
He was just that he was just that one.
Like that one asshole.
That one asshole. He always gave.
He's fun in the department.
So but his quiz were like 5 questions. You know,
Yeah.
it was never more than 5 questions.
Uh-huh.
But you know, even though it was 5 questions, there was like 1 extra credit question.
Sure. What class is this?
I think it was. Damn, I don't remember.
All right, so
But he Oh wow, that was loud.
yeah.
I don't remember. He asked. The question was, who invented so and so?
Yeah.
And so I hadn't gotten to the question yet, and the professor, like, he turned around, and I feel like somebody tapping me, and they go like, "Hey, do you know what the extra credit is?" And I go like, "Yeah, it's Angel." And then like, without thinking, the person just goes like, "Oh, good looking." And then I look at him. I look at him. I was like, "This motherfucker's actually writing it." Oh shit! It's like, and then he writes Angel, and like he goes up, he hands it, and I'm just there like holding my laughter, and I just write the right answer.
You are so petty.
I don't know who listen, if I know the person, I would have given him the right answer.
Yeah, but
I don't know who the fuck this like, I've never shared a single sentence with this person, not even a hi. So
Yeah.
go fuck yourself.
It's like that episode of Daria where they're all taking a test, and Kevin's like, "Hey man, what'd you get for number 1?" And Daria's like, "Try cross dresser." And Kevin is like, "Thanks, man. I owe you."
Oh god. Or this girl that this girl that I liked,
Aw.
she asked me, like, I always try to talk to her, and she always gave me the cold shoulder, and then one day she asked me for last night's homework. Like, let's say if it was that day. Last night's homework, and I gave her last week's homework on purpose. I was like, "Oh, okay. Here you go." And she goes like, "Oh, good looking out." And I'm like, "You're welcome. I'm gonna love this."
Oh, you're horrible.
What? She never even want to give me the time of day. So fuck her.
Oh man, good thing I didn't do that.
It's not that. It's just not. It's not that. It's like, you know, you say hi to a person, and like, they give you the cold shoulder and everything. It's like, oh, go fuck yourself.
Okay. I remember in math class in high school, there was this guy I thought was like super cute, but he needs that one class to pass, which happens to be the math class we were in together. It was the one thing he needed to pass. He comes in late the day of the math test. He gets a 0. I get like maybe the highest grade in class. And like we're sitting at the same table. And he's like, "Yo, something told me that day to just sit next to you. Why didn't I just sit next to you? Cause you were done with it. Like, why didn't I sit next to you?" And then, like, long story short, he passed the Regents because of me.
Oh,
He graduated. I was why he graduated.
here's one
You're
thing.
welcome. I won't say your name.
Here's one thing I've never told you about the math. You know how I've told you in the past when I used to take in high school when I used to do when they gave the math test and I just used to do all the work and never put the answers.
Yeah, cause that's weird. Because that's okay.
So no one ever used to sit around me because I never had the answers. So it would be I do
Is it
all
a
the work.
defense tactic?
No, I just did all the work and I'm like, well, I did all the work. I don't have to give you the answer. So fuck
You
off.
have the answer key.
Yeah, yeah. He has the answer key, and he's going all throughout. He's going like, the teacher's going like A B C D E. Okay, and the answer is he didn't put the answer. Like, what are you gonna give me half a credit for the answer? Then give me a 0. I don't care.
Is this what you're gonna tell our kids to do?
No, I'm not gonna tell them that. That was just my point of view. That's how I just.
Watch, we're gonna have a kid, and
That's
the
just
kid's
how I
gonna go to math.
approach things sometimes.
Our kid is gonna have math, and then he's gonna do the whole thing, and we're gonna be at parent-teacher conferences, and the teacher's gonna be like, "Well, he does all the work, he just doesn't put the answer down." And I'm gonna be like,
it's your job.
"That's a father.
And he's
That's
like,
the
"No,
father."
is
I don't know
your
why.
job."
I don't know why I'm in the room.
He did all the work. He did all the work. Why does he have to waste 2 seconds? Why does he have to waste 2 seconds to say it was negative 20? That's the answer.
Because that's the whole point.
No, you did all the work already. It's like conclusions in essays. It's like conclusions in essays.
In conclusion,
It's
blah
like-
blah. You just read. You just rewrite the introduction.
I gave you an introduction. I gave you a body. Why the fuck do you need a conclusion?
Because sometimes they don't read the whole essay, and then they just read the conclusion.
Oh, well, then go fuck yourself. You shouldn't give an essay. That's the part of the test.
Well, you do know a paragraph is essentially an essay,
Yes,
and that last sentence
But
is the conclusion.
a paragraph, right? A paragraph is what, like. Hold on. The rule for a paragraph is 5 sentences.
3 to
period.
5. 3 to
Well,
5 sentences.
I
will always go by that standard.
I always shoot for 5.
I always shoot for 4. That way, because the teacher said 3 to 5 sentences, so I was
But
like, all right, cool. I'll just do 4. That I don't have to put in the effort for 5, but I don't want to be lazy at 3.
But here's the best part. I was a master of one-word sentence. So
Love what?
so there were times that I would just have one word and that's my sentence. So if there was like 5 sentences, there'll
Just
be
to
like
fuck with people.
there'll be like one word in there that will just be like
Love,
the sentence like love. It all meant something.
and then you'd be like,
Period. Love. Period.
and then the teacher would write a big ass question mark.
Like
Expound.
what is this? And it's like, fuck you. I don't care.
It's a
Give me the grade. Give me whatever grade you want to give me. I'm done with this.
oh god.
You're wasting my time.
All right, that's enough now. All right, so that is our take on education.
Education.
Yeah, edumacation. And thank you for listening to the 505 podcast. This has been Joni.
And this is Angel.
Yeah, we did have a point about the school system,
Yeah,
but
we went sideways and we went all the ways.
But let's be honest, you guys enjoyed that part because y'all were doing the same thing in school. Y'all were doing the same thing. We were all in there together. No, seriously, if there was like, yeah, so stay tuned. We're going to have like a bonus little episode. We're going to have like a bonus little thing. So thank you for listening in. We are on Spotify. We are also on Google, and we are on Apple and across most of these platforms. Thank you for listening. Love you lots, and we'll see you in a bit. Bye.
Go take a shower.
You go take a shower. I can smell you through this microphone.
Excuse me.
I love you, Harry. All right, here we go.